Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, our holiday coverage kicks off with a good one here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Let's go now.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnston. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 13 yards on the game's opening play. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Second down, another run with Taylor. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition is so great. I mean, going back essentially to the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On second down, it's Taylor. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just one. You talk about this Lions defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
On third down, here's Richardson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Looking to throw, Hooker. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They run on first down with Jackson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Lions at 4-6 now in the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward.
And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Hooker now off play action. That is caught by Laporta. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards, the final tally.
Cowboy 80.
Now a give, it's Jackson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Lions defense. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them,
there he goes, left side. A big play there for Indy. 52 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from evening this one up. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They go quickly here out to Moore. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Hold on. Hey, check that. Street. Ready?
On the give, here comes Jackson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Hooker. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Cup 19.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Now, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Off play action, Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it's it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space.
Here we go.
And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Fix the Eagles. Fix the Eagles.
Richardson off the play fake. Sliding up, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. David Ojabo in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Richardson looking to throw this. Flushed out right. Oh, a Cardinal sin there. Thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Back to the air on second down. Here's Hooker. To the right side, and he's got more complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Right there, hurt.
On third down, this is Jackson. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th.
Warrior 70. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Hooker going to try and throw for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they'll wind up getting 7 there on 4th and 3.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
60 Maverick.
Hooker now on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Come on. Hey.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Hooker. eluding the pressure right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. The throw over the middle, taken in. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's a great whip with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Dragon 60.
Hooker's going to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Hooker. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, check that, check that. Hurt.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Moore, the motion man right. Second down, another carry for Jackson. There he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's go now.
2 yards to go, second down. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ready.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 19 and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Come on. Hey. Let's go.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but somehow offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now we're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Richardson looking to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
19 Lions. Ready?
Here's Hooker to throw it.
He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
The last series for a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Rolling to his right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
That'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Richardson.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
David Ojabo
Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
70 Timberwolves.
They'll start here with Jackson.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 138 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Off play action. Here's Hooker. That's caught by Jackson. And out across midfield down to the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Hooker. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Hooker on first down. This to Laporta, right side. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Sam Laporta, 34 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now a stoppage. It looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an... Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's third of the game. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Lions are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Go.
Now Hooker. That's caught by Howard. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is right there. It's good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Motion man right, that's Pierce. Now it's Richardson. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Check. Ready.
Back to the air with Richardson. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Panther 11.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Quentin Johnston from 3 yards out. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
On the set.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. That's complete to Laporta. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
60 Maverick. Ready.
Hooker now off play action. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against convention.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Tommy Adebawore. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Bronco switch. Ready.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down. Looking to throw. Hooker. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving. All tied, so you still got a reason to avoid Uncle Ed a little longer as the kick is away here. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Throwing after the interception. Hooker. Right side to Williams. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Hooker, he's going to move them around a little bit here. 2nd and 5. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Ready.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Lightning 18. Panther 60. Panther 60. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. He will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 23-yard line. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here's Hooker. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Hooker to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. This is 1st and 10. Richardson to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. They'll get that complete to Alvaro. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save the timeout. Here's Richardson. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their... And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And can you believe this? A big mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and they're a point away from tying this thing up. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving. All tied, so you still got a reason to avoid Uncle Ed a little longer as the kick is away here. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's first down. They go quickly here out to Moore. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. 2nd and 6 coming up. Throwing here is Hooker. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. That means the guys going after passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Colts who are going to get a chance to win it here first as we're back underway in overtime. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
19 tight.
Here's Richardson to throw. And that is incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it,
I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
And he'll wind up netting positive yardage out of this as he's able to get it up near the 25-yard line. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield and protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First down throw here. It's Hooker. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Again, it's Hooker looking to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And a Tommy Adebawore in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. That's quickly out wide to Davis. He's to the 15. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish